I'm Rachel Mather, bringing you the latest updates in London, from Newham to Haringey to Hammersmith and Fulham. And our top story this lunchtime is that the London Borough of Newham has been rated as the worst area for air pollution. According to the British Heart Foundation, the borough has the highest levels of toxic particles in the past year. We join our reporter, Caitlin Kelly, live from Barking Road in Newham.
Sex workers in Soho are striking for decriminalisation in their industry. They believe current UK laws and the recommendations to outlaw paying for sex, made by the all-party parliamentary group on prostitution, will drive sex work underground and increase violence.
So we completely disagree with the all-party parliamentary group. First of all, they say that criminalising clients will stop prostitution, which it absolutely won't. There's no evidence of that in the other countries where it's been implemented.
These views are supported by studies from the East London Project. Their research on the impact of police enforcement against sex work in Hackney, Tower Hamlets and Newham found criminalising clients forced prostitutes into isolated environments and left them more vulnerable. Our request for comment from the all-party parliamentary group on these findings went unanswered. In a survey by Bodyform, 42% of women were embarrassed by how their genitals looked. The NHS reports that this can lead to mental health struggles. Women at this event feel Joe's project gives them more confidence.
I'm much more comfortable talking about the female body because everyone here has, by walking into this room, said, I'm up for talking about this, and thinking back to my youth and how I would have responded to something like this, I think I would have been kind of shocked about it.
Through arts and crafts, quizzes and conversation, This Is a Vulva hopes to make women more comfortable with their anatomy.
How your vulva looks is increasingly worrying young women, which can have a damaging effect on their mental and physical well-being. But this monthly project hopes to change that by teaching the ladies of London to love the body they've got. This is Rachel Mather for City News.
Weary and wet, but definitely not giving up, the Big Step campaigners are walking 100 miles in 75 hours, visiting 6 football clubs that promote gambling sites on their kits. From Reading to Wembley, they are calling on football clubs to recognise the damage gambling can have on mental health. James Grimes is a recovering gambling addict and set up the Big Step after his out-of-control betting led to a dark period of depression.
There's 400,000 gambling addicts in the UK alone. We know that 250 to 650 people unfortunately take their own life every year as a direct result of their gambling addiction. But within sport as well, we see that 55,000 young people are addicted to gambling.
Betway have been sponsoring West Ham since 2015. We reached out to them and to West Ham to ask if their partnership was negatively impacting fans, but received no reply. West Ham was the only team that did not respond to the Big Steps campaign. For the walkers, the journey may have been exhausting, but they are determined to continue to raise money for those suffering in silence.
Staff on the London Underground are demanding more testing to assess the effects of breathing in toxic tube dust. The ASLEF union is calling for urgent research into the long-term impact of inhaling these particles. Transport for London says it is doing all it can to ensure the air is as clean as possible and is supporting research into the effects of tube dust. TfL's 20 mph speed limit across areas of North London has come under criticism. Perry Richardson, chief editor of Taxi Point, told me it's just another money-making scheme with the added bonus of trying to deter people from using their cars. But spokesperson for TfL, Kate Hilson, told City News that the changes would help eliminate death and serious injury on London's roads.
In Westminster, Indians from across London have joined a protest against citizenship laws introduced in India that they say are harming their families. An act upheld in the Indian Parliament gives citizenship to those escaping persecution in neighbouring countries. The federal government says the law will protect religious minorities, but many Muslims across London argue the law excludes their community.
A lot of people are worried about their friends and families back home, very proud of what they're doing, but at the same time, you know, feeling like perhaps they should be here, perhaps they should be there standing with them. So I think things like this, to, you know, do whatever you can wherever you are really important.
Over 500,000 Indians live in London. In areas like Newham, they make up 15% of the population. Newham's MP, Stephen Timms, has written to the UK Foreign Office expressing his concerns about the human rights implications of this law. People here think this kind of support is needed.
We hope that the members of parliament here, they know, they understand what's happening in India.
We've got to take the opportunity to make sure that MPs here in Britain, but also across the world, leaders are understanding the gravity of what's happening in India.
The protests here show the determination of the community to make change. They will continue to make their pleas to politicians to get the message across. This is Rachel Mather for City News.
That is all for this lunchtime, but you can see more of our stories on our website City TV News and follow us on social media at City TV News on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
And be sure to join us later for our afternoon show at 4 o'clock, where we will be bringing you the latest news from the day.
We will see you then and have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.